Hopes were raised when we won the first game of the series against the Angels, but unfortunately, as is so often the case so far this season, and probably for the rest of the season, those hopes being raised is probably a bad thing. Let's look back at the Angels series and then look ahead to the series we've got coming up against the Seattle Mariners. Hello, yes, welcome back to the Oakland A's UK YouTube channel. I am Matt, and it was really disappointing this series in Anaheim against the Angels. We started off so well, you thought, yes, this is going to be really good for the confidence, get a series win in Anaheim and kick on from there. But it didn't happen, did it? Let's have a look at the 3 games from the series. So starting off on Friday night, you couldn't get better, could you? A 4-2 win, a come-from-behind victory. Seth Brown boogie with a big 2-run home run in this one. Looking through the details, yes, it was 2-1 down. Seth Brown's 2-run home run made it 3-2. We tacked on another run as well, thanks to a sacrifice fly by Kevin Smith. So 4-2 victory, really good stuff. Jed Lowry going deep in the first inning of Chase Silseth 2. So everything was looking good. And the best thing about it for me, yes, we had the Seth Brown home run, which you always love. But Paul Blackburn, he's been so good for us this season. Went 4 2/3, not quite as good as he's been so far this season, but he deserved more than anyone for the bullpen to pick him up, and he did exactly that. So brilliant job by the team, a 4-2 victory. It set us up perfectly. It set us up perfectly. So Saturday night came along, and what a frustrating loss this one was. 5-3 we lost it. We were 5-0 down. We showed some fight, so credit to the team for those 3 runs in the top of the 8th inning, but just too little too late, unfortunately. The main story, of course, was Frankie Montas having to leave the game after only 1 2/3 innings. Got hit on a hand, just total reflex stuff, instincts, trying to protect his face at the comeback. It tagged off his pitching hand and into the glove. Thankfully, no real injury there. It just stung him and couldn't really feel his fingers, so he had to come out of the game. And to be fair, the bullpen did a pretty good job from there, bearing in mind they were forced into early action. But the 5 runs, particularly the main frustration was the one in the 7th inning, I think it was. Let me have a look at my notes. Yeah, 7th inning, the 2-run home run to Andrew Velasquez. He did us up in the previous series against the Angels. He did it again here off Jake Lemoyne. And of course, then when we got the 3 runs in the top of the 8th inning, it made it all the more frustrating that we'd allowed the lead to go, or the deficit to go to 5 runs, because those 3 runs really gave them a scare. I will say credit to Jake Lemoyne, having given up the 2-run home run. He then did come back in the bottom of the 8th and settled down, went 3 up, 3 down. So fair play to him. That showed a lot of character from him. So the game was close, but then Raisel Iglesias came in, too good for the A's. Unfortunately, 3 up, 3 down. That was the final 5-3 loss, and we went into Sunday still with the chance to win the series. But unfortunately, it didn't happen, did it? We were carved up by Patrick Sandoval, had no answers to him whatsoever. Went 7-1 1/3 innings, gave up just the 1 run. Cole Irvin came back off the injured list. He scuffled a bit here and there, obviously second pitch of the game, giving up a hanger to Shohei Ohtani. Is not the way you want to start, and he didn't really have his best stuff, but to get through 6 innings anyway, despite not having his best stuff, was quite positive, I would say. But we just had, no answer to Patrick Sandoval and couldn't get anything going, so it ended up a 4-1 loss again. Iglesias coming in the 9th, just blowing us away, no chance from the A's hitters. And that was the frustration. After winning the first game, we then lost the next 2 to lose the series 2-1. Let's look at the hitters' performance during this series, and yeah, again, it's a real struggle for our offense right now. Sheldon Noisy did get a couple of hits in game 2, so that was pretty positive for him, but nothing in the other 2 games. You look at the guys there, Andrus 0 for 8, Pache did get an RBI in the 3rd game for 1 for 7. Laureano went 0 for 2 and then got hit by a pitch in the 2nd game, so he's another guy who suffered an injury. Thankfully, again, it doesn't look too serious. That held him out for the Sunday game. Bethancourt 0 for 5, so nothing much going on there. Chad Pindick did get a pinch hit He came in for Ramon Laureano in the second game, so he went 1 for 5. Sean Murphy got a hit in each of the 3 games, so he went 4 for 12, positive series for him. Luis Barrera 2 for 4 with the 2 doubles in the first game, so 2 for 10 for him. Seth Brown with a big 2-run home run in the first game, really important for him. He has started looking better at the plate over the past week or so getting that home run was a positive for him. 2 for 8 in the series with the home run. Kevin Smith 3 for 8. Yes, he was a bit lucky on Sunday with a double that was really a sun double, as we might call it, really an error on the right fielder, but he got that 3 for 8 with 2 runs. But the star of the series for me has to be Jed Lowry. Got a home run in the first game, 2 for 3 in that one with 2 runs, then followed it up 1 for 3 in the second game with another run and an RBI. So unfortunately went 0 for 4 in the finale, having to hit from the right side against the lefty, but 4 for 10 overall with a home run, 3 runs too. It's got to be Jed Lowry as the star of the series. It's fair to say Mariners fans were not expecting to be coming into this series only slightly ahead of the Oakland A's, but that's where they are. It's not going so well for the Mariners after a fairly big off-season for them. They were hoping to kick on, and this is the thing. We knew we would be where we were, trading away all of our best players and really cutting back on the payroll. The Mariners were expecting to kick on, having made some big additions over the off-season, signing Robbie Ray to the free agent contract on 5 years, and his record, actually, he's been a bit better, to be honest, than his record suggests, but he's not quite been the guy they were hoping for so far. They went out and traded for experienced major leaguers in Adam Frazier, Eugenio Suarez and Jesse Winker, and again they've all done okay, but you look at the record, 17 and 25, it's not what they were hoping for, and there's a lot of frustration, it seems, among the Mariners fan base. Now that's understandable considering what happened to them over this past weekend. They went into Fenway Park to take on the Boston Red Sox. They lost all 4 games of that series, and the last one, you cannot lose a game worse than a 10th inning walk-off grand slam, and that's what was dealt the Mariners' way. So it's fair to say they are coming into this series on a real downer and hoping to take advantage of the A's to try and get back on track. However, we all know all too well that last season few things stuffed up our year quite like our record against the Seattle Mariners. We somehow managed to lose 15 of 19 games against them last season. So whilst the Mariners are coming into this series hoping to take advantage of the A's, maybe we can turn the tables on them and take a few wins off them to get a bit of revenge right there for what happened to us last season. Let's take a look at the 3 games that we've got coming up. Monday and Tuesday are night games out there in Seattle, 6:40 p.m. local time, so 2:40 a.m. the following day here in the UK. But the Wednesday game, the getaway game, is in the afternoon in Seattle, so it's a 1:10 local time start in Seattle and 9:10 p.m. here in the UK. Pitching matchups, Zach Logue and Marco Gonzalez are going on Monday, so we have 2 lefties on the mound there. On Tuesday, it's James Kaprielian for the A's against a very promising prospect for the Mariners in George Kirby. And then in the early game on a Wednesday, good pitching matchup here, Paul Blackburn on the mound for us and Robbie Ray on the mound for the Mariners. So after the disappointment of losing the final 2 games of that series against the Angels, we now have the chance to make amends and get a bit of revenge in Seattle against the Mariners. They're going to be not very confident, let's be honest. They're on a downer right now, so we've got to take advantage. It's going to be a tough series. It always is. We know what this season is all about for the A's in rebuilding, but let's try and take advantage, get at least a couple of wins, if not, can we dare dream of sweeping a series this season? Who knows? But yes, let's have a go at the Seattle Mariners and see if we can get a bit of revenge for what happened against them last season.